Who's your favorite Red Letter Media guy?
Who's my favorite? Well, I can't pick a favorite. That's like which of your kids is your favorite? I like them all for different reasons.
Good answer.
I like Rich Evans makes me laugh the most. So I have my like for Rich Evans is like he has, I think, the best energy, and he's like really funny, and he cracks me up, and his laugh is so absurd that like I think Rich Evans is like, he really cracks me up. But then Mike, I like how surly Mike is. Like I feel like I vibe with Mike, like that whole like depression thing, you know?
Depression thing?
I don't know. Mike is so dark. Like Mike is kind of dark. He's got a darkness to him that I understand. I see it in his eyes, and I understand how he feels. Like, I get it. But then Jay, I agree with Jay the most. Like, out of all the reviews and stuff and all the things that he says, I feel like
his point of view.
I feel like his point of view, like Jay, I like because like I agree with him the most. Like, I don't agree with Mike the most, but I still, you know.
I think Mike is just getting totally. I think he goes through phases where he's totally over movies, and especially over comic book movies, and gets kind of tired of talking about them.
Yeah, I know, because I feel the same way, and
again,
that's why I get it. Like that's why I'm like, okay.
Well, it's exhausting when you are reviewing movies and it's your job, and you got to do that week after week. It takes a lot of the enjoyment out of watching movies.
Yeah.
When you just do it on your own. So I mean, at some point, I think that every movie critic gets a little sick of movies.
Yeah.
But he seems to go through a pattern where he has that, and then like the next week he'll be excited about it. I mean, what was strange about their reviews, the Civil War review, they were like totally over it. Whereas everyone loved Civil War, they were like, I didn't like it. That may have been Mike, but not Jay, I can't remember. But then with Infinity War, they all loved it, and they were all super excited about it.
Yeah. But like, Infinity War like pushed the boundaries of art. You know, I mean, they did something that I feel like is insane that no one's ever done before. Like, they really, like, created, like, a vast universe and interconnected it beautifully. Everyone got their time to shine. Every character got their moment. All of them worked seamlessly together. They all fit. Even the cosmic people worked with the, you know, like, seeing, like, Bucky and Rocket Raccoon interact was just like, oh, my God. Like, you know, it worked so well. So it's really exciting. Like, I don't know. As they're movie people. And I know that they can't escape noticing that, you know, that it's like, wow, like Marvel Studios has really like pulled some shit off that's like a big deal that no one's ever done before.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with you. I think people do feel it, that they realize, oh, this is going somewhere and it's working. Mm-hmm. And there has been that attitude out there that I've noticed from a few people where they're like, okay, when are these superhero movies going to end?
Yeah.
Or they should be over pretty soon now. I'm sure they're running out of ideas and they'll be scraping the end of the bucket after this Infinity War.
Yeah.
But the thing that those people don't know is that what Marvel has and nobody else has is they've got 75 years of continuity of stories in the comics to pull from. And it's so much material, and there's so many great stories that have been developed over that long time, and the characters are so developed from that process. That this is going to go on for another 10 years at least.
It could. I mean,
I think it's going to be a 20-year cinematic universe at the least.
Yeah, I could see that.
Free to Chill 17 says, "Are you going to do a CBG show for Deadpool 2?"
When does that come out?
I think it's this weekend.
Shit, already?
Yeah.
Man.
Thursday.
Okay. Here's my loose plan. We haven't talked about this. Tyson and I have not talked about this, so this is the first time.
Yeah, let's do an update.
We'll do an update. I was thinking, so we're working on our Infinity War review, of course. We're going to do a big comic book rolling teen show episode of that. But I was thinking maybe during that we could also kind of double team it and stuff some Deadpool in there too, since this is already going to be like kind of a big episode and it's going to take forever. It's like, by the time we're done with this, Deadpool's gonna be so far and over and done with. So if we don't wedge it in to this review, then we may just have to talk about it on Twitch. Which I'm open to just talking about it on Twitch. If you guys just want to talk about it on Twitch after we see it and just do that. But we can't do, you know, it's gonna take us a month to make this fucking episode. It's like a hefty episode. So it's like...
Well, possibly.
What do you guys think?
I don't think we've ever explained this, but I want to say this right now. Like,
okay.
We're trying to move our episodes of our show away from being about reviews like how everyone else reviews a movie that's on the internet, where they just like, oh, the movie just came out, and the next day they're like, here's my review real quick. And we don't want to move our show into becoming a program, and there's a thesis statement or a idea piece or whatever you want to call it in there. Mm-hmm. But something that you think about and is developed, and it's not reactionary like all of the reviews that most people do.
Yeah.
They're just like, here's my reaction. Oh my gosh, I loved it. I liked that scene where that thing happened.
Yeah, I'm not.
Where you're really analyzing something and thinking about it, and that in order to do that properly, it takes time to digest the movie and see how the movie affects culture and affects everybody, and what does it really mean, and does it stay with you? Does the movie matter?
Yeah.
If we're gonna put all this energy into making an episode, we need to talk about something that matters.
Yes.
And something that you can come back to that's evergreen.
Yes.
And so we're trying to make that push, and there's a lot of resistance because people want us to talk about the thing that just came out, the thing that everyone's hyped about,
the
thing that's being advertised to them, and that's understandable. But we're trying to let people know that that's not going to produce our best work, and we're interested in making our best work.
Yeah.
We've already done this for 6 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's time to move on to something better.
Well, we've never been able to make videos as quickly as everybody else. That's just not, like, our pace is a little bit slower because our production values are higher, and we're also completely independent. So that's just how it is, man. Like, I can only go as fast as I'm going, and this is as fast as I can fucking do it, and I'm not going to apologize to anyone about it. So I'm done apologizing to people.
Right. Instead of trying to compete with everyone else who gets to see the movie a week or 2 weeks early,
if this is too slow for
let's go
you,
the opposite direction and try to make it the best thing.
Then fuck off. It'll be out when it's out, and it'll be good, you know. So
I want to move more towards the direction of like channels like Screen Junkies, where they talk about a movie after it's already come out on DVD. Maybe we should start doing that. Wait till the whole movie comes out on Blu-ray so we can get all the clips and talk about it like that.
There's a lot of options. There's a lot of ways to go, and one of the ways that I'm not going to go is faster and shittier. You know, I'm not going to work faster. I'm not going to make a shittier product. I don't feel like it. That's not what I'm here to do. That's for, you know, other people can do reactionary, shallow fucking stuff. That's cool. Like, if that's what you're looking for, that's cool. Like, go. There's a million people who talk about this shit. Like, you know, that's not what I do. So, blah.
All right. Well said. Just trying to break the chains of expectations that everyone has.
Yeah. But no, but that's why we have Twitch, though. It's like Twitch is, like, what I like about Twitch is that if we want to get on here and talk about something immediately, we can.
Yeah.
Like, that's what this is here for. So it's like, I know that once I see Deadpool, we'll come on here and talk about it, you know? It's but just like, people, but creating a whole production and, you know, thing for it, it's like.
But, I mean, it's understandable that our viewers aren't used to what we're trying to start this now. We're trying to start a new pattern, potentially, and our viewers aren't used to it, so. Cad OK says, if you were Kevin Feige, which Marvel property would you want to make a movie out of?
I mean, X-Men. It's just X-Men. That's it. I think that, okay, so here's the thing. I know that a lot of these actors are kind of like, okay, I'm done being on the Marvel circuit because, like, it's a lot. It's a lot to, like, do these movies and do these junkets and fly all over the world and do all this press, and like it's a lot, and you want to do other things with your career, and I understand that. So it's like, I know that like people's contracts are coming up and things like that, and so, you know, the thing that's so great about the Marvel Universe is that there's so many different characters, there's so many different teams, there's so many different ideas going on. So it's like the MCU can continue. It doesn't have to just remain about Captain America and Iron Man. It's like those guys can retire and we can focus on other stories within the Marvel MCU universe. And you can still have the crossovers and other characters going on, but like you can have different characters, like some of them drop out, like Shark's Teeth, you know, some of them drop out, but then other ones just kind of grow in to fill it in, you know. Like, you get rid of this guy, we'll bring in this other guy.
Yeah, and the Marvel universe is so dense that you can do that for a long time.
If it is in fact a done deal that Marvel gets the rights back to X-Men, which don't know for sure. I haven't heard any
new news changes every day.
No new news has been said about it. So I'm not sure, you know, what the deal is. But
there is a new deal that you probably don't know.
Oh, I don't, because I haven't been paying attention. But you know, it would be a smart move on their part if, you know, a bunch of the Avengers people kind of want to cycle out. And you could still have a few in the background here and there, but then start focusing on like more mutant stories or whatever else the fuck, you know.
Well, I think they also have room they can keep the Avengers going for Avengers 6, 7, and 8 if they want to, just with new team members. Mm-hmm. And also bring the X-Men in. But nobody knows when the X-Men is officially going to be incorporated, because the newest news is that now Comcast is making a bid and trying to buy Fox. And they're offering more. I think Disney offered like 50 or 48 billion, and they're offering like 65 billion, something like that.
Just give Marvel the X-Men.
But no. But here's the catch: even if Comcast bought Fox, the rights are not transferable, so they would still go back to Disney.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't care. Good.
Yeah. So
Okay, well then I win either way.
Theoretically they
Okay.
could win anyway.
Yeah.
But then again, these legal contracts have so many loopholes, so nobody knows exactly what's happening.
I would just want to see my X-Men go home. I'm tired of seeing them abused at Fox. I don't want to see Comcast abuse them. I want to see competent people, like the good people over at Marvel Studios, take over and make some really cool shit. Now that the Infinity Gauntlet's in play, there's so many ways you could do it. You could do a thing where, like, oh, realities, da-da-da-da, and then now mutants are smushed into this reality or something. Or I've heard the other thing where it's like, oh, Professor X this whole time has been shielding everyone from, like, thinking about mutants, you know, and, like, they've been telepathically shielding themselves, and all of a sudden everyone wake up to the fact that they're mutants, you know, and it's like, oh, then the X-Men are just in the universe. Like, there's so many ways you can do it. There's so many ways you can do it. There's so many ways you can do it.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know the latest. I'm sure people out there know what's.
Well, I mean, I don't listen to all that because it's just a hype machine, and like most of it goes nowhere, and like.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff out there is speculation, and you know, the thing with speculation is next week it's whole different speculation.
I know, it's just like I don't have.
Until there's an official announcement by one studio or the other.
Other people can do that. There's a lot of other people online who are like plugged in and like always looking for the next rumor and the next thing, and it's just
but then
like.
again, we're on Twitch, and this is throwaway stuff, so we can talk about anything on Twitch.
Throwaway stuff.
Well, what I mean
I would say ephemeral.
Right, better word. And more like a newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
Twitch is more like YouTube is too. It's like the programming is kind of like newspaper content, I've come to realize. It's like most people want it like a newspaper. What's going on today?
Yeah.
And they don't watch what came out yesterday or 2 days ago, but, you know.
Yeah, and the thing is that ephemeral stuff, it's kind of like go. It's kind of like trash. You don't necessarily need to archive every do you have to archive every newspaper you've ever read? No. You know, you consume them and then you move on.
Yeah.
But the thing that's really powerful about ephemeral content is that
the connection with other people.
The connection with other people. You're there with them in their everyday life, and you have a real connection with them. That's why, like...
Which is something we have to bridge the gap between what we want to do and also having a connection with people.
Mm-hmm. It's always finding that balance. It's not easy.